Vegas runner, boxing journalist, ... What's going on?
You heard it here first.
I want to hear about it.
I got an opportunity to write, for the Gaming Today, like you know.
All right, so let's talk about that. Gaming Today has been around a long time.
Forever.
They get distributed. It's a free pass out.
At the casinos.
It's distributed to every Vegas sports book.
Yeah. I mean, they pay a subscription, but they offer it to the people that go in.
Okay.
The casinos.
And it's distributed outside of Nevada.
Yeah, throughout
right?
the country and
the various casinos.
Exactly. I know Books Back East, like my cousin, that has a subscription to it. And I didn't even had told him, and he called me, and he's like, "Dude, you're in the Gaming Today."
You're moving up in the world.
Slowly but surely.
Things changed the minute you met me, didn't they?
Quickly.
I mean,
quicker than ever before. They're down that right road. No, the truth is that when I got that opportunity, because, it's a Tuesday tradition to go get the Gaming Today here in Vegas at the sportsbook. And by the time game time rolls around, they're gone. So you got to go in earlier afternoon. I remember I'd grab you and Marco on Tuesdays. Yeah. So it's like one of those traditions, all bettors and gaming people. And they cover everything that gaming related, casino related, not just the sports betting side, slots, shows, everything.
Historically, probably every big name in the Vegas journalist scene's written. Stephen Nover's written. A friend of ours, Micah Roberts, who's going to do some videos at some point soon, he writes. Historically, there's been a lot of big names.
Yeah. So when I got the opportunity to cover the NHL playoffs, I was all over it. After meeting with them, they saw my love for boxing. And just because we were talking about the upcoming Pacquiao-Mosley fight. So he asked me to do a piece on that, and I did a piece and forwarded him the video we did here. So he gave me an opportunity to write, again, cover more boxing. And if he wasn't going to use it for print, they were going to use it for their site. Make a long story short, I got the opportunity to go cover the Showtime fights, Showbox at Prim. Which was live on Showtime. If you watch it, you'll see me back there because I was so close. It's so funny. And anyway, I got a chance to go cover those fights. And it was just a great time. I've gone to boxing. I've gone to UFC because of, everyone knows my blackjack exploits. And based on rating...
I don't know if everyone knows.
Well, no, you know what I mean. I've discussed it enough. If you follow me...
Let's get this straight, though. So you're somewhere, someone walks up and says, "Hey, you seem nice. Haven't you heard of me?"
You don't know?
You're kind of like Troy McClure on The Simpsons.
You don't know. But when it comes to... I talk about the blackjack enough.
They'd be like, "Yeah, I saw you getting escorted out of the Cosmopolitan."
Exactly. Weren't you read the Trespass Act at the Hard Rock? So... it is what it is. And I've had great seats, the best you can get in those events. VIP passes all the way. But no access is better than media access. I bumped into Freddie Roach. Like literally shoulder to shoulder, accidentally bumped into him. And I stopped and I looked and I was like, "Mr. Roach," and I said, great fight last week, but he was in a rush because he was training the second in command for Beltran, who was fighting that night. So he was in a rush. I didn't want to stop him and bother him. Make a long story short, I got to cover those fights. In the meantime, I wrote about the Ward fight just last week with Abraham. I covered the fight that night, and I'm starting to get more opportunities to write about boxing. While I was there, I got a chance to talk to Zab Judah's promoter and trainer, and actually was talking to Zab Judah and got invited to go to their training at the Hit Factory here in Vegas, where he's at training, and to do a story on the gym, on upcoming fighters, on him. So I'm starting to get into that mix, and I think it's huge. When I was at the Cosmo, I met Gamboa, like I was saying off camera, and I talked to Floyd's uncle, Roger Mayweather, that I have a picture with. And at those fights at Buffalo Bills, I'm talking to Zab Judah and his promoter about the story I wanted to do, and Floyd Sr. comes in, and he starts talking about the Mosley fight. I ask about the upcoming Ward-Abraham fight. You know me, I'm trying to get any information I could. They broke it down to a science, how the fight's going to go, and this is why, and it's exactly how it transpired. If you read my piece, that's how it was going to go down. Ward's going to win a decision. He's not going to knock him out. The only way Abraham could win is by this. So now, believe it or not, as much as I loved boxing, as much as being here in Vegas, you're kind of, a lot of things go on here. You could gather a lot of good information. This is opening doors that before I didn't have. Like to gather information that I think is going to help the gaming side of it, the betting side of it, because these guys are in the know,
No
and
doubt.
now getting that media credential, that's huge for me, so I'm excited, I'll be honest.
No doubt. Well, a couple things. One is that you took some pictures. We're going to post those up at pregameforms.com. Picture of you with the Mayweather, and a picture. We're going to have a picture of your press credentials, all that fun stuff. A couple things. One, I think that you should be proud, and here's why. A lot of people are the nerdy ones. You go to college, you get your journalism degree, you never bet. And that's kind of the unspoken secret is a lot of these guys writing these articles about gambling, they don't gamble. Or they're betting $25 a game.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's virtuous to gamble or that you're a less of a man if you don't gamble. I mean, maybe I believe it, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, not on camera.
Well, But the fact of the matter is, if you're not living the life, it's hard to write about the life.
That's so true. That would be like me writing about, going to college. You know what I'm saying?
Like your expose of like inside of Harvard.
Exactly.
It wouldn't quite
exactly.
be right.
I could go there. I could ask questions. I could hang out for a week.
But you don't have.
But I'm not going to pass along.
It's not in your bones.
No, I'm not going to pass along something of value.
So. To me, that's always the paradox is you want a guy that can write, you want a guy that's professional, but you also want a guy that lives it. Oftentimes, those are not mutually exclusive, but inversely correlated. Over here's the wise guys, over here's the college boys. And the fact that a serious publication that's been around for decades looked at you and said, yeah, here's a wise guy, here's a guy that lives it, but he also is going to be able to present himself well and wear that Gaming Today badge and then be proud of it. I think it's a compliment. I think it's the beginning. I think in a couple years we'll be sitting here talking about something much bigger than this.
Sure, I hope so.
But I think this is the first step along a new career trajectory for Vegas running.
And what's good is, to be honest with you, and I'm so glad you were behind it, pregame was behind it.
We want our guys to, really, we want to be a platform for the pros to do the best they can wherever they can.
It's just another channel for me to, get information out there, get what I'm passionate about out there, create more content that I'm able to share at pregame, at the Gaming Today. I mean, it's funny, I'm like, I write something and I get to put it at both places. You know what I mean? It's opening those kind of doors and allowing me to get my information out there and hit a lot more places with it.
I mean, sometimes it makes me a little upset that I get more national press than everyone combined. So if a guy like you
is able to get just a little bit,
just start to catch up fill that gap a little bit. Hey, more power to you.
Slowly but surely, slowly. No, it's fun. It is. It's a lot of fun, dude. I love it. I mean, I wasn't trying to be a journalist. That wasn't, my long-term goal. I mean, I love creating content, but I'm not gonna go study writing and that's just not my strength. That's not where I bring value to the table. Fortunately, there's enough great editors out there that are willing
working overtime.
That are willing to take what I write and make it a little like when
This
I do
is
a
my last
podcast with
question.
you and you kind of take what I'm saying because you've known me
I
now well
translate
enough
it.
and translate. Gil's able to do the same. And now we have Mark Meyer over at Gaming Today who I told him I hired an editor outside of Gaming Today.
Well, so that was going to be my question.
That was your idea.
Well, but is it true that after reading your first draft, the editor said they want double?
No, I hired a great idea by RJ. He said, not to knock you, but the grammar isn't the best. The sentence structure isn't the best. I know they have an editor over there, but why don't you send more of a finished copy?
It's almost like a shower before the bath.
Yeah, exactly. Why drive the guy nuts? So why don't you hire an editor that you could give him your article?
Bath.
So what I do is before I present an article to the Gaming Today, I send it to my editor. She goes over everything, kind of re-puts it together, sends it back to me.
You're like, I didn't write this.
Yeah, what is this? And then I submit it, and then it's easier on the editor over there.
Well, I think it's great that you're forthcoming with this. But here's the thing.
You guys are in for great info. I'll tell you that on the boxing for sure, and UFC.
And here's the thing I think that you might not even see about yourself yet. Your personality, your confidence, you being just a generally nice guy, it's going to serve you very well as you walk through this world now as a journalist, as a guy with a credential. And I think the network that you're going to be building up from this is going to be quite strong. And you're going to benefit from it significantly more than the average journalist
I
would.
hope so. I really do. I really do.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we got a lot of videos going on. Don't be shy. Check them out. Pregame.tv. Talk to you soon.